Hello students, welcome back. Today again we are going to cover another topic of wave optics. As you know, in last video we have covered Huygens principle, interference, numerical based on interference, and in this video we are going to start and cover diffraction. Diffraction, students, is another topic which is common in both light and sound. Diffraction, what is diffraction? तो बच्चों याद रखें, diffraction is the bending of light at sharp corners or at narrow edges. Now diffraction is common in both light and sound. In sound it is much more prominent than in light. Sound का diffraction बहुत ज़्यादा है as compared to light. तो what is the difference between diffraction and refraction? Because refraction is also bending of wave. Diffraction is also bending of wave, so we know very well diffraction is bending at the sharp corners or the edges or at the narrow openings, but refraction is the bending of wave due to the change in medium. So diffraction and refraction both are bending, but the reason for both are different. In diffraction the bending is at sharp corners or at narrow edges, but in refraction bending is due to change in the medium. So student, in diffraction, in the given topic we have to cover the reason of diffraction, type of diffraction, and single slit diffraction experiment. There are other topics like multiple diffraction, or you can say multi-slit diffraction, or it is also called a diffraction grating, which we are not going to cover because single slit diffraction numericals are in our syllabus. Okay? So these are the topics we have to cover, and then we try to complete the numericals also in the same video, because this is not very much important like interference as far as numerical part is concerned. So let's see the reason of diffraction first. Reason of diffraction is given by Huygens theory of wavefront. See, in case of light, if the opening is much wider, then what happens? The light coming from a distant source always has plane wavefronts. These are the plane wavefronts. So light coming from a distant source has plane wavefront, and if the opening is large, light goes like this, undeviated. There is no bending. No bending is observed if the opening is large. But if the opening is very small or narrow, how much narrow, how much small? So it is taken as if when the opening is of the order of wavelength of light. Opening wavelength of light के order की है, as comparable to that, then it is said to be a narrow opening. Then what happens? The plane wavefronts are obstructed at the opening, and at these points spherical or cylindrical wavefronts are formed. Spherical or cylindrical depending on the size of the opening. If it is too small, it will be spherical wavefronts, and if it is slightly larger, then it will be cylindrical wavefronts. So as we know that wave travels perpendicular to the direction of wavefronts, then what happens? These waves travel perpendicular to the spherical or the cylindrical wavefront form. As a result, we observe the bending of light, and this bending of light without change in medium is called as diffraction of light in particular. This angle theta is called as diffraction angle. So for narrow openings, the plane wavefronts at the opening struck and form spherical or cylindrical wavefronts. Correct? So reason for diffraction is given by Huygens theory of wavefront. If anybody asks If the question says the reason for diffraction is explained by Huygens theory, Einstein's theory, falana dhimkana, what you have to write? Simply from Huygens theory of wavefront. Moving to the next concept. Now, so depending on the experimental setup, diffraction can be of two types. Number one is your Fresnel's diffraction. Fresnel wave, Fresnel biprism wale, Fresnel's diffraction, and number two is your Fraunhofer's diffraction. In Fresnel diffraction, the source of light, slit, single slit, and the screen are at finite distance apart. Fixed distance, not infinite, finite distance apart. So it is a point source, so obviously we have spherical wavefront forming. Finite distance is spherical wavefront, Fresnel diffraction. Fraunhofer, in Fraunhofer diffraction, students, remember the distance are too large so that you can say that they are infinite, up to infinite distance. And in Fraunhofer, you see that the spherical wavefront started from the source. When reach up to the slit, they become plane wavefronts. See, when you have, if anybody says what is the radius of a plane surface, you say that the radius is infinite. Now if you take it vice versa, if the distance goes on infinite, radii becoming infinite, so the surface will become plane. So at a large distance, infinite distance, we have plane wavefronts like this. So Fraunhofer is a particular case of Fresnel diffraction. If we make all the distance finite, it is called as Fraunhofer diffraction, or if the distances are finite, it is a Fresnel diffraction. See. Now students, let's see single slit diffraction results, and this is important because we will see the numericals which are asked in previous years are based on single slit diffraction. Remember students, in a single slit, as the name suggests, there is a single slit, obviously a narrow slit. The rays are coming, they are showing bending, rays are showing bending. Then we have a screen where they meet and they form patterns like fringes, but they are not called as fringes because they superimpose and they form some, they give some intensity, dark and bright. So here instead of fringes we call them as maxima and minima. For bright we call maxima, for dark we call minima. What happens next is the different thing. Let's see from here. The rays are showing bending. This is angle theta, this is also angle theta. Now as we have covered in interference in YDSC, what we have covered that this distance is called as path difference, and the diameter of the slit is d. So if I take like this, it is too small, so I am making it zoom and I am drawing the diagram here so that you can easily catch the concept. See, this is the hand lens and I am zooming it out here. This is angular diffraction. This is the another wave, first wave, second this, and this is the path difference x. This is the diameter of the slit. Now you have to find the value of path difference x. So it is very easy to calculate. It is not like in case of interference, in which we have taken two triangle S1PM, S1PN, and then taking the Pythagoras theorem, etc. Here we get directly the result of path difference. Kaise dekho? You know that this angle of diffraction theta. I have taken this perpendicular, this whole angle is 90, so this much is what? This is 90 minus theta, correct? See, this line is horizontal, this line is vertical, so obviously from here to it is 90, here to it is 90. If it is, this whole thing is 90 and this much is 90 minus theta, so obviously it will be what? Theta, correct? Now from the figure you can see the triangle, this is 90 degree. You can see the triangle, this is what? Perpendicular, this is what? Hypotenuse. So from here you can say what is the sine cos or tan, which relates the perpendicular and hypotenuse. So we know that sine theta relates the perpendicular and hypotenuse. So what we write? Sine theta is equal to perpendicular upon hypotenuse. So x is what? X is d sine theta, correct? Now if you take the diameter of say 2d, it will be taken as 2d sine theta. You take 3d, it will be 3d sine theta. So not so much of big things, simple. I am taking d, so it is d sine theta. And remember, d sine theta is the part difference we have calculated from this figure. Okay? Now from this result, यहाँ से हम बाकी results निकालेंगे. तो remember the first step, part difference is d sine theta. Now students, let's see the result. Remember students, in case of single slit diffraction, the condition for maxima, which you can say bright spot, and condition for minima, you can say it as dark spot, are just opposite of the bright and dark interference fringes, are just opposite of constructive and destructive interference. Remember this, keep this in your mind. They are just opposite, which means when you say that we have nth maxima in interference, for nth bright the part difference was n lambda, okay? And for dark fringe it was 2n minus 1 lambda by 2, but in this case the conditions are opposite. So for nth maxima the path difference is 2n minus 1 lambda by 2. Maxima के लिए you are writing the condition of destructive interference. For nth minima x is n lambda, यानी minimum dark के लिए you are writing the condition of bright fringe. See, there are difference of condition as compared to the interference. This is a one big difference, but this difference lies only for the single slit diffraction. In case of multi-slit diffraction, the original condition again restored. But we don't have to cover the multi-slit diffraction or diffraction grating. So stick to the concept that the conditions are just opposite. Okay? Now, the results are very simple and very easy to understand. First, remember these two things. Now we are going to be using it. See, there is a single slit. This is the source. This is the screen. Symbols are as usual. Distance between the slit and the screen, capital D. This is slit S. Diffraction. So this is the bending. On the screen, we observe that the bright and dark spots are not uniform, are not of uniform intensity. The center bright has maximum intensity and other brights have decreasing intensity like this. We'll also compare it with the interference fringe pattern, but now see, this is called as central maxima or the first maxima. These are also maximum, but they are called as subsidiary maxima or secondary maxima. See, this is first maxima, this is first secondary maxima, this is second secondary maxima, this is first maxima or central maxima. There is a difference between first maxima and first secondary maxima. Take, remember this. This is first minima. First minima. This is second minima, and so on. Likewise, here also you have subsidiary maxima or secondary maxima, and again this is first minima, second minima, and so on. After 2-3 subsidiary maximas on the screen, you have general illumination. General illumination means, students, remember, general illumination is the point where you are not able to differentiate between dark and bright. Let's see, if you take, if you can see the shadows of these two markers. See, underlying the board you have the shadows of these two markers. जैसे मार्कर को उंगलियों को देखो, होपफुली तुम्हें हमारी उंगलियों की शैडो दिख रही होगी नीचे. कैन यू सी? विजिबल है ना? ठीक. तो यू कैन सी दिस इज द डार्क, दिस इज ब्राइट, दिस इज डार्क, दिस इज ब्राइट, दिस इज डार्क. These are differentiable. Now if I take them far, what you are seeing? They are mixing together. Now you cannot differentiate between dark and bright, and if you take them more closer, you can see dark bright difference. Now they are mixing. No dark and bright are differentiable. Now they are differentiable. So after 4 and 5 subsidiary maxima, the screen look like this. Yani this is the general illumination. That is the meaning of general illumination. Correct? Now for the results, for the calculations, see, this is the position of first minima. Let's say it is y1. This is the distance between screen and the slit, capital D. This is the diameter of the slit, as we have covered already. Now for the calculations, we are going to use the path difference for the minima and maxima conditions. So in the next screen, I am going to draw the diagram for the calculations. Now, student, we know the names. This is central maxima or the first maxima, first subsidiary or first secondary maxima, second subsidiary maxima, first minima, second minima, then general illumination. Okay. Symbols we know already. Capital D is the distance between slit and the screen. Now, as you know, theta is very small, so you can take sine theta nearly equal to theta, nearly equal to tan theta. So taking sine theta as theta, we can say that, or tan theta, that tan theta is what? Y by capital D. So if I write sine theta nearly equal to tan theta equal to perpendicular upon base. So this is Y by capital D. So if I say for the position of nth minima, for the position of nth minima, हमें पता है x, that is part difference, and part difference is what? D sine theta should be equal to, remember, for nth minima the condition was like bright fringe, so it is n lambda, and we know from the figure sine theta is what? Y by capital D, replacing D into Y by capital D is equal to n lambda. So Y will become n lambda capital D by small d. This is the position of nth minima. So if I say कि I want to know the position of first minima, so for y1, position of first minima, to simply put the value of n equal to 1, so it will become y1 is equal to lambda capital D by small d. Correct? Now from the diagram you can say that this is nearly equal to theta, as we have pointed out earlier. So if I take y1 by capital D, it is theta equal to lambda by d. This is called as angular diffraction of which one? First. So of first minima and so on. Correct? Now if this is the y1, so is the y1 on the other side also, like this. Now if I take both y1 plus y1, it will be the width of the central maxima. So angular diffraction, remember this is lambda by d theta or y1 by capital D. Now next concept from the similar concept, you can say the width of central maxima. Okay, width of central maximum, this much will be width of central maximum. W is y1 plus y1, this much. Y1 plus y1 become 2y1. And what is y1? Y1 is this is lambda capital D by small d. So it is 2 lambda capital D by small d. This is width of central maxima. Correct? Now ये हमने इसलिए लिखा बच्चों क्योंकि ये एग्जाम में आता रहता है. ठीक है, अब तुम जो चाहे वो निकाल सकते हो. If somebody says find the, now next topic is in the continuation, position of nth subsidiary maxima or you can say secondary maxima. Position n secondary maximum. So similar concept again goes like this, ki x, that is d sin theta, should be equal to 2n minus 1 lambda by 2. Now sin theta is what? Y by capital D. So if I am saying ki I want to find the position of this secondary maxima. This secondary maxima, let's say yn, you can say. So it will be d into y by capital D again, and that is equal to 2n minus 1 lambda by 2. So putting the values again, it will become yn is equal to what? 2n minus 1 lambda capital D upon 2d. This is the position of nth secondary maxima, because nobody is going to ask you the position of first maxima, because first maxima is the central maximum light at y बराबर 0. y equal to 0 पे तुम्हें पता है कि y equal to 0 तुम्हें पता है कौन है, फर्स्ट सेंट्रल मैक्सिमम पड़ा हुआ है और उसकी मैक्सिमम इंटेंसिटी क्या है, मैक्सिमम ब्राइटनेस वाली है. नाउ यू सी वन थिंग मोर, द इंटेंसिटीज ऑफ द मिनिमा आर आल्सो not at their zero, they are not at their zero. देखो ठीक है, अगर हम इस एक्सिस पे इंटेंसिटी दिखा दें तो they are not at zero. तो फॉर्मूले के नाम पे रिमेंबर सिंपल, x equal to d sin theta equal to the part difference as the condition may be maxima. So this is maxima, and d sin theta is equal to n lambda for nth minima. This formula is also called as Bragg's formula. In Bragg's formula it was taken 2D because उन्होंने स्लिट का डायमीटर एक्चुअली वो एटम्स के लिए लिया था, तो इंटर स्पेस में 2D लिया हुआ था, तो he writes in the formula it is written 2D, so no confusion should be there. I am taking D, so it is d sin theta is equal to n lambda. If I take 2D, it will be 2D sin theta equal to n lambda, and this is called as Bragg's formula of diffraction grating. So this is the result for position of nth secondary maxima, or for nth minima you can write d sin theta equal to n lambda. Now moving to the comparison of maxima and minima of diffraction with the interference fringe pattern. So let's see another concept for maxima and minima compared with the interference. Now students, let's see after the formula maxima and minima pattern of diffraction and interference fringe pattern. You see fringes, central bright fringe or the first bright fringe, second bright fringe, first dark, second dark, all are, this is central bright B0 जहाँ से हम 0 start करते थे, this is B1, first bright, second bright, first dark, second dark, third dark, and so on. You see this is the intensity. You can see the brightness of all the fringes are identical. and the darkness of all the fringes are indicated, they are exactly 0, because we know that brightness was 4i and darkness was exactly 0. But in case of maximum and minimum of diffraction, maximum and minimum of diffraction, what do you see? The central bright has maximum intensity, subsidiary maxima have decreasing intensity, and the minimas are not having completely 0 intensity. So the maximum minimum pattern is not uniform as it was in interference fringe pattern. The reason behind is, remember these 2 points, the interference pattern is formed, remember these 2 points, the difference, it is formed by the superposition of wave fronts, superposition of wave fronts. And in case of maximum minimum pattern, this maximum minimum pattern is formed, it is formed by the superposition of wavelets. And we know very well, in one wavefront there are a number of wavelets, as we have discussed in our Huygens theory principle in the first video of wave optics. You can refer to that also. So this is formed by fringe pattern, this maximum minimum pattern is formed by the superposition of wavelets, but the fringes are formed by the superposition of wavefronts. So that is the basic difference of being, it is uniform and is not uniform. See, now let's see some numerical part of diffraction and then we close this topic. Now students, see numerical NEET 2016. It says, in diffraction pattern due to a single slit of width A, the first minimum is observed at an angle 30 degree when light of wavelength 5000 angstrom is incident on the slit. The first secondary maxima is observed at an angle of 4 option दिए हैं. तो students, I will draw a diagram to show the language what he is saying. He is saying first secondary maxima. See, let's see, जो भी हमने पढ़ा उसको देखें एक बार. ये था हमारा सेंट्रल मैक्सिमा. ठीक, दिस इज द फर्स्ट मिनिमा, दिस इज सेकेंडरी मैक्सिमा. कौन सा सेकेंडरी? पहला सेकेंडरी, फर्स्ट सेकेंडरी मैक्सिमा. और यही क्वेश्चन ने पूछा है कि फर्स्ट सेकेंडरी मैक्सिमा कहां पर बनेगा. फर्स्ट सेकेंडरी मैक्सिमा, दिस वाज सेंट्रल मैक्सिमा, करेक्ट. तो इसकी पोजीशन निकाल ली है. एंड व्हाट इज गिवन टू यू, यू आर गिवन विद द डिफ्रैक्शन एंगल 30 डिग्री फॉर द फर्स्ट मिनिमा. फॉर दिस, दैट इज, दिस इज फर्स्ट मिनिमा. फॉर फर्स्ट मिनिमा you are given angle 30 degree. So we know that कि for first minima the condition is d sin theta is equal to n lambda for minima, as we know it already. Instead of d he is saying a, no problem, a replace कर दो. Angle is 30 degree, so a sin 30 degree is equal to minima is what? First पहला minima into lambda. So a sin 30 will become a by 2 is equal to lambda. So what is a? So a is 2 lambda. Remember, a is 2 lambda. We have calculated a in terms of lambda, that is 2 lambda. Now position of first minima will form an angle of, he is asking the angle for the first secondary maxima. So let's see, again formula we have d sin theta की जगह लिख देंगे a sin theta is equal to 2n minus 1 lambda by 2 for nth secondary maxima. See, this is n equal to 1, first maxima. This is second maxima. This is second maxima or first secondary maxima. The twist in the language. This is second maxima, but which one? Second, which one? Second maximum, but which secondary maximum? This is first secondary, because secondary start after central maxima. इसके बाद आपका secondary start होता है. इसके बाद ये पहला secondary है, उसके बाद दूसरा secondary, then third secondary. So this is first secondary, or you can say this is second maxima. First maxima central वाला, second maxima और first secondary maxima. ये language आपको पकड़नी थी. तो इंस्टेड ऑफ n आप क्या पुट करोगे, यू विल पुट 2, क्योंकि दिस इज सेकंड मैक्सिमा और फर्स्ट सेकेंडरी मैक्सिमा, इट विल बी a sin थीटा डैश, हमें थीटा डैश निकालना था, तो a sin थीटा डैश इज इक्वल टू 2 to the 4 minus 1 3/2 लैम्डा, करेक्ट। नाउ a हमें पता है, a इज व्हाट 2 लैम्डा, तो इसको अगर हम रिप्लेस कर दें, अगर हम a को रिप्लेस कर दें इन प्लेस ऑफ इन टर्म्स ऑफ लैम्डा, तो व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू गेट, instead of a I am writing here, it will be 2 lambda into sin theta dash is equal to 3 lambda by 2. So this is lambda lambda cancelling out, sin theta dash is 3/4, so theta dash will be sin inverse 3/4. कोई ऑप्शन है? हाँ है, कौन सा? सेकंड ऑप्शन। This was the question NEET 2016. Remember, this is first secondary maxima or the second maxima. So instead of putting n की value 1 ना put कर दें, it will be 2, second maxima. Correct. Now so let's see next question. This is the question of NEET 2014. Question says a beam of light of lambda 600 nanometer from a distant source falls on a single slit 1 millimeter wide, and the resulting diffraction pattern is observed on the screen 2 meter away. So what is given? Lambda is given, small d is given, screen का distance capital D is given. Now he is asking the distance between first dark fringe on either side. First dark fringe on either side का मतलब बच्चों क्या हुआ कि he is asking the width of the central maxima, and we know that the central bright was 2y1 and the formula was 2 lambda capital D by small d. Just put the values 2 into lambda, और देखो इसमें ऑप्शंस में कहीं सेंटीमीटर कहीं मिलीमीटर का कंफ्यूजन डालने की कोशिश करी गई है, तो नॉट अ बिग प्रॉब्लम। पुट द वैल्यूज 2 लैम्डा इज व्हाट 600 नैनोमीटर मल्टीप्लाई 10⁻⁹, कैपिटल डी इज व्हाट 2 मीटर अपॉन स्मॉल डी इज 1 मिलीमीटर 10⁻³ दिस ऑल विल कम इन मीटर, ठीक है। लास्ट में जस्ट मल्टीप्लाई बाय 10⁻³ it will become millimeter. After solving you will get the answer is 2.4 millimeter. Which option is correct? So we will have D option as the correct answer. ठीक है स्टूडेंट्स, तो this is all for today. And remember, diffraction में बहुत deep down क्वेश्चन करने की जरूरत नहीं, जितना बच्चों वीडियो में बता दिया है that theory is more than enough. आप देखेंगे क्वेश्चन आप कर पाएंगे और कॉन्फिडेंस डेवलप होगा, ठीक है। और आज भी चलते चलते 5 मिनट में तुमसे थोड़ी इतनी बात बतानी बच्चों कि कहीं से भी किसी भी तरह का फ्रस्ट्रेशन अपने दिमाग में मत लो। लाइफ इज ब्यूटीफुल, आप उसको एंजॉय करें। जो अभी सुशांत सिंह राजपूत का केस था और भी कई केसेस सुनने में आते रहते हैं, अभी फिर मैंने न्यूज़पेपर में देखा सुसाइडल, है ना। तो क्या होता है बच्चों कि आज की डेट में या हमेशा से हमारा जो ब्रेन है, दिस ब्रेन जो हमारे खोपड़ी के ऊपर रखा हुआ है, ये सबसे ज़्यादा चमत्कारी चीज़ है। ये हमें खुश भी रखता है, ये हमें डिप्रेस भी करता है, ये हमें बहुत खेल खिलाता है। एंड रिमेंबर कि ये जो समय गुजर रहा है या जो भी समय पहले गुजर रहा था, वो समय हमेशा बदलता रहता है, वो हमेशा एक जैसा नहीं होता है। अगर आपको याद होगा, कभी कभी बचपन में कुछ चीज़ें ऐसी हो जाती थी, जैसे कि आपको कोई चीज़ चाहिए, आप बहुत जिद पे अड़ गए, बहुत भयंकर रोना गाना आपने मचाया, अल्टीमेटली वो चीज़ आपको जिद करके आपको मिल गई या नहीं मिली, जो भी था। आज जब आप बड़े हो गए हैं तो उस बारे में आप सोचते हैं तो क्या करते हैं? आप उस पर हंसते हैं, आप सोचते हैं कि हम कितने बड़े पागल थे, तो इतनी जरा सी बात इतना बवाल मचाया था हमने, क्या हम ही थे? आप अपने आप पे ताज्जुब करते हैं, पर उस समय की सीरियसनेस को सोचिए तो आप भयंकर रो रहे थे। इन द सेम वे समय गुजर जाता है तो पीछे चीज़ें बहुत ईजी, बहुत बेवकूफ़ी वाली लगती हैं। जैसे कभी कभी थोड़ा एग्जाम्पल बताते हैं तुम्हें, जब हम लोग स्कूल में थे, कभी 12th में, तो हमारे पीटीआई टीचर या कोई ऐसे टीचर जो बिना मतलब उड़ा देते थे, है ना, पाया उड़ा दिया, रीज़न भी नहीं बताते थे, तो हम लोग क्या कहते थे, बेटा स्कूल ख़त्म हो जाने दो, फिर कहीं मिल गए, याद है, तो उनको बताएंगे, है ना, उसको सीरियस सोचते थे। लेकिन जब स्कूल से निकल आए और फिर कभी वो टीचर मिले तो तुमने क्या किया? हमने उनके पैर छुए, और वो उस बात पे हम मन में सोच के हंसते थे, हम क्या सोचते थे उनके बारे में, और जब सामने पड़ गए तो क्या उनके पैर छुए वाले सामने अच्छे हैं सर, बढ़िया बढ़िया, मारपीट से भूल गए। तो ऑल आर स्टेट ऑफ माइंड इन द गिवन फ्रेम ऑफ टाइम। when the either you change your state of mind or let the frame of time pass. इन दो चीज़ों में अगर आप फंसे रहेंगे, स्टेट ऑफ माइंड में भी और उस टाइम फ्रेम में भी, तो आप गलत डिसीजन लेंगे और वो डिसीजन ऐसे होंगे जो आपकी लाइफ को, आपके कैरियर को आपको कहीं ना कहीं पहुंचा सकते हैं. तो रिमेंबर वन थिंग, ऑल टाइम पास बाय, गुड एंड द बैड बोथ टाइम्स पास बाय. और फिर जब आगे बढ़ के पीछे मुड़ के देखते हैं तो आपको हंसी आएगी कि जिन चीज़ों पे आप इतना डैम सीरियस थे वो तो मजाकिया बातें थी, है ना. बहुत सारे इश्यूज होते हैं बच्चों के, यंग टीनेजर्स के तो बहुत ज़्यादा इशू होते हैं. कुछ तो इसी बात को दुखी हो रहे हैं भयंकर तरीके से कि टिकटॉक क्यों बंद हो गया, कि टिकटॉक उनकी लाइफ थी. अब वो 10 साल बाद 5 साल बाद इस पर हंसेंगे कि टिकटॉक क्या था, बच्चों वाली बात हरकतें थी, है ना. लेकिन आज वो बहुत सीरियस है, हम टिकटॉक स्टार. इसी तरह से जब आपके पास कोई चीज़ होती है उस समय आप इतना डीप डाउन थिंकिंग में होते हैं और कोई आपके साथ होता नहीं बात करने वाला, तो आपको लगता है ये नहीं तो कुछ नहीं, मैं ये कर डालूंगा. उस समय ये सोचना कि ये वो समय है जिस पे हम आज से 1 साल बाद, 2 साल बाद, 5 साल बाद पीछे मुड़ के देखेंगे तो हमें हंसी आएगी. तो डोंट टेक टू मच डिसीजंस टू मच सीरियसली कि आप किसी और चीज़ में इंडल्ज हो जाएं. बिकॉज लाइफ इज ब्यूटीफुल, एंजॉय ऑल अप्स एंड डाउन. बिकॉज मोनोटोनियस कोई भी चीज़ होती है टू तो बोरिंग लगती है. टू में भी टू होता है, टू होता है तो समझ में आता है कुछ चेंज आ रहा है. तो चेंजेस आर ऑलवेज देयर और हम लोग इंसान हैं और हमें चेंजेस हमेशा पसंद होते हैं. तो कहीं अप है, कहीं डाउन है, कभी बैड टाइम चल रहा है, कहीं गुड टाइम चल रहा है. सो एंजॉय द लाइफ शो कॉल्ड एज लाइफ. कभी अप्स हैं, कभी डाउन्स हैं. ठीक है. विद दिस मैसेज, दिस इज केडी सिंह signing off. Bye bye.